All right. Shalom, ahab, wa, barakah. In other words, that's ancient Paleo Hebrew, in other words, for peace, love, and blessings. Facing the east, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Ruach. That's ancient Paleo Hebrew for God in the name of Jesus. We're just saying the correct name. Now, we also want to give double honors to the elders, apostles, and the prophets, the teachers over at GMS for bringing out the 100% truth for the last 30 plus years. And to the sincere Akyawa Akwa, that is ancient Paleo Hebrew for brothers and sisters, the Akyawa Akwa, to the sincere salutations. Now, we've had some personal, private, family issues come up in the last couple weeks, so we weren't out here last week. In fact, we've been out of town and stuff. But like I said, that's private, that's family, has nothing to do with your salvation. So, getting right into it though. Today, we're going to get into the eyes of Yahweh are upon us. So we want to start with, I want to start with 2 Kings chapter 6, verse 17.
2 Kings chapter what?
Chapter 6.
And verse
17.
2 Kings chapter 6 and 17. And Elisha prayed and said, Lord, I pray thee, open his eyes, that he may see. And the Lord Yahweh opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw, and behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire round about Elisha.
So the angels of Yahweh are upon us. And that's why I said the eyes of the Lord are upon us, because these angels, they give a report back to the Most High. So let's get it. First, let's go to 2 Maccabees chapter 7. Yeah, it's in the Apocrypha. Very last chapter 7. And start at verse 31 and then read through 34.
KJV Bible Online 69.
Here, just keep this. That's got your chart. And then all your stuff is right there at the top. Then all of it right there. It's the same thing. So start at, just sit back down front. So give me, start at verse 31.
2 Maccabees chapter 7 and 31. And thou that hast been the author of all mischief against Hebrews shall not escape the hands of Yahweh.
So the people that have been oppressing us, huh? Oh, you like yours better?
Yeah.
So it says, and thou hast been the author of all mischief against the Hebrews. That person shall not escape the hands of Yahweh. And it's important that you know this, because how would he know? Keep reading. Verse 30. Verse 32.
Verse 32. For we suffer because of our sins.
Keep reading.
And thou
And though the living
And
Lord be angry with us.
And though the living Lord Yahweh be angry with us a little while for our chastening and correction, yet shall he be at one again with his servants.
That's really important. So we are being chastened. And if you go into Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 15, it literally tells you that if you do not hearken unto the words of the Lord thy God, which I've given you this day, and follow them, all these curses shall come upon you. That's a rough paraphrase, but that's where we get that. That's why we're cursed by our own sins. And there's nothing that's uncommon, so no sin uncommon to man. So our no tribulation uncommon to man. A rough paraphrase, but in other words, we're all dealing with the same stuff. Ain't nobody different. Nobody's that special. We're all dealing with the same issues right now at this time. So it's for we suffer because of our sins, and that goes right into Deuteronomy 28:15. Read it for yourself. This is only for Israelites anyway. This isn't for the other nations. The other nations don't know when you're mentioned in this Bible, because the Most High is going to tell you how he's going to cook your ass for oppressing us. So give me verse 33. I'm sorry, 34.
34. But thou, O godless man, and of all other most wicked, be not lifted up without a cause, nor puffed up with uncertain hope, lifting up thy hand against the servants of Yahweh.
So, one more. I got this. So this is where the point is, right here. Here's the point.
Verse 35, for thou hast not yet escaped the judgment of the Almighty Yahweh, who seeth all things.
That's the point. The eyes of the Lord are upon us. So how does he see all things? Because he's telling you, I'm coming to judge you. I'm judging the Israelites. I'm going to cook these fucking other nations. That's why everybody thinks, all you got to do is say, I believe in Jesus and I'm saved. And that's the biggest lie ever. We tell you every week, Matthew 24:13 clearly states, he that endures until the end, the same shall be saved. So myself and my son here, we clearly accept Yahushua, who everybody so ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. We accept Yahushua as our Lord and Savior, yet we're not saved yet until the end. So you can't rely on liars. You have to read this book for yourself. And it says, thou hast not yet escaped the judgment of the Almighty, who seeth all things. So he sees all things. So going back to the point, how? How does he see everything? So go ahead and get me 2nd Esdras, chapter 16. And start at verse 53 when you get there. It's in the Apocrypha for Esdras. 2nd Esdras.
2nd Esdras
chapter 2, I think. Chapter 16, sorry. 2nd Esdras, chapter 16, starting at verse 53. Yep. Rely on the notes.
Second Esdras, chapter 16 and 53. Let not the sinner say that he hath not sinned, for Yahweh shall burn coals of fire upon his head, which saith before the Lord Yahweh and his glory, I have not sinned.
We're all sinners. There's only one that is good, and that is Yahweh, which everybody so ignorantly calls God. Now, who said that statement? Who's the person that made that statement that there is only one that is good? It was Yahushua, the son of Yahweh. So think about that. So everybody's a sinner. So if you say you're not a sinner, you're there's fire upon your head. You know that you're a sinner. Even saying it, you've got to have some kind of weird feeling inside. You know, like some kind of subconscious, man, I just lied. Because everybody's a sinner. None of us are free from sin, or we wouldn't be here. We'd be immortal. That's what it's talking about. Not, well, if you try not to sin, God's going to hate you. So you're getting salvation through wickedness because you're not going to try to keep the laws, because the Christian church literally told you by keeping the laws you're going to make God mad because every man's a sinner? No, he said the sinners are going to get cooked. So wait a second. The church is telling you can sin. The Bible's telling you no sinning. And the Bible also tells you that every man's a sinner. And if you sin, you're going to get cooked. So that's got to be really confusing for the sincere that have never heard the scriptures before. Because what it's telling you is that, yes, every man's a sinner. Now, there's some men that understand this book, and when they go into sin, their whole inheritance in the kingdom is taken away from them because they know right from wrong. And then you've got the people that don't know right from wrong, and they hear this book. And how do they get into the kingdom being a sinner? By keeping the laws to the best of your ability according to your knowledge. And then when you learn something new that you know you can do according to scripture, you apply it to your life. That's how you can be a sinner and still make it into the kingdom. It's that simple. The Most High already said he's going to redeem us, that he's going to chasten us for a while, and then he's going to save us out of our own sin. But he's only talking to 1/3 of the Israelites. So even the other nations ain't getting nowhere, but 2/3 of the Israelites also are going to get nowhere. So this is a very exclusive group of people that are actually going to go into the kingdom, and everybody thinks they're part of that group. If you're at church right now, you literally think you're part of that group, but then you guys will have the church the Christmas program. You're getting ready for your Easter program, masking over the Pesach, which is the Passover, where the angel of death passed over the children of Israel that put the blood on their door and didn't kill the firstborn in their house. That's what you're masking over. Just saying. So, yes, you're all sinners, and none of you are worthy of the kingdom, and neither am I. But the Most High is going to judge everybody in the end, and he's going to separate the wheat from the tare. We know that. In other words, he's going to separate the good from the wicked. The wicked are going to be put to rest. They're going to get cooked alive. And the righteous are going to be preserved. They're going to be put in a safe place. And then they're going to rule over this earth. Going back into it. Where were we? So we want to go
53, second
yeah,
Ezra,
what's
chapter
that?
16.
Get 54 is where you're at. Pick up where you left off at 54. Because we're going back to the point. The eyes of the Lord are upon us. So let's stick with that. Go back.
Behold, the Lord knoweth all the works of men, their imaginations, their thoughts, and their hearts.
The Lord knoweth all the works of men, their imaginations, their hearts, and their thoughts. Get me Ecclesiasticus, or also known as Sirach, 23 and 19.
23 and 19?
Yep.
Sirach 23 and 19. Such a man only feareth the eyes of men, and knoweth that the eyes of the Lord Yahweh are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of men, and considering the most secret parts.
So the eyes of the Most High are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. Of course he sees you, but how does he actually do it? Because he's not just sitting there beaming his eyes on every single person at once. No, there's an order. That's why he doesn't come off the throne, because it's just like the president. When the president orders somebody for an attack, he doesn't go out and lead the charge. He makes a phone call. He stays on in his office, which would be like the modern day throne. So the Most High's not coming off his throne. So how's he going to do it? So get me Ecclesiastes. That's in the Old Testament.
God bless.
Shalom, brother. Ecclesiastes, it's right after Proverbs in the Old Testament. Oh, Ecclesiastes, not Ecclesiasticus. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's in the Old Testament, right after Proverbs, and it's 10 and 20. Yeah. Keep going. Oh, it's right after Proverbs.
Chapter
10 and 20. Yep. Gotta get this one.
Ecclesiastes, chapter 10 and verse 20. Curse not the king, no, not in thy thought, and curse not the rich in thy bedchamber. For a bird of the air shall carry the voice, and that which hath wings shall tell the matter.
That bird represents the angels. The angels that are in, like I said, 2 Kings 6 and 17. What did I tell you? That they're upon us. So those angels, what did I tell you? They give a report to the Most High of what's going on. So, go to 2 Chronicles 16 and 19. Let's prove it. That bird literally represents the angels, and that's why when you do something wrong, they're able to they're giving a report. So go ahead and get 2 Chronicles. It's in the Old Testament.
Yeah, I already got
16 and 9.
it. 9. Okay, I thought you said
16 and 9.
2 Chronicles 16 and verse 9. For the eyes of the Lord Yahweh run to and fro throughout the whole earth, to show himself strong in the behalf of them whose heart is for fight towards him. Herein thou hast done foolishly. Therefore, from henceforth thou shalt have wars.
Keep reading. Wait. Yeah, 16 and 9. So let me get it out real quick. 2 Chronicles. I'm going to read it again. 2 Chronicles 16 and 9. For the eyes of the Lord run to and fro. That's what I'm talking about. The eyes of the Lord are the angels going back and forth. How can I prove that is what this is talking about? The eyes of the Lord run to and fro throughout the whole earth, to showeth himself strong in the behalf of them whose heart are fight towards him. So, how are we going to prove that? Get me the book of Job, chapter 1, and go ahead and give me verse, let's see, I want to say 6. I know it's 6, but I want to make sure that that's not it. So, yep, that's the right one. But I want to start at yeah, just get verse 6.
Okay. Job chapter 1 and 6. Now there was a day, and when the sons of Yahweh came to present themselves before the Lord Yahweh, and Satan came also among them.
The sons of Yahweh represent the angels. And also it says Satan also came also among them. Why? Because he's also one of the angels of the Lord. He does not fight against the Lord. He follows the instructions of the Lord to the T. That's why he's a fucking angel. But he's the angel that's here to corrupt you because your minds are weak. So he does do his job correctly. So I'm just letting you guys know, this is the perfect example. The sons of Yahweh are the angels. And Satan is also an angel that came with them too. Okay, so now we know that the angels do come and present themselves before Yahweh. And what do? They give a report. Give me Proverbs chapter 15 and verse 3.
Proverbs
15 and 3.
15 and 3.
We're going to prove this.
Proverbs chapter 15 and verse 3. The eyes of the Lord Yahweh are in every place, beholding the evil and the good.
And we know how that works now because he has the angels. And the angels run to and fro throughout the whole earth, giving a report. So everybody's being watched right now. Everybody's being recorded. Everybody's going to have to pay or be rewarded for their wickedness or their righteousness. Let's keep going though. Let's go to Genesis 18 and 20 and 21.
Genesis chapter 18 and 20.
Yep.
Genesis chapter 18 and 20. And the Lord Yahweh said, because the cry of Sodom and Gomorrah is great, and because their sin is very grievous, I will go down now and see whether they have done altogether according to the cry of it, which is come unto me, and if not, I will know.
Okay. Did you hear that? He said he's going to go down to Sodom and Gomorrah and see what they're crying about. He said that, right? That's what you just read. That he's going down there. So I just told you that he doesn't fucking come off his throne. So who's telling the truth here? Maybe you don't understand the Bible. Maybe people just don't understand what the Bible's talking about. Go to Genesis 19 and 1 and let's see how the Most High came down to look at Sodom and Gomorrah. If you know the story, you already know how he came down. So give me Genesis 19 and 1.
Genesis 19 and 1. And there came two angels to Sodom.
Wait, hold on. I thought the Most High came. It said there came two angels, right? But right here it says, I will go down now and see. There came two angels. I've just told you from the beginning until now that the Most High sends the angels down to give a report. You're being watched. You're being watched by something so spiritual you couldn't believe it, see it, smell it, notice it, and it'd be in your face, and you would never know. You're being watched. Start it over and read it again.
But they're like they're the messengers.
Yes, the word angel means messenger. So if we're delivering a message, the angels are working through us right now. So read it again.
And there came two angels to Sodom at even, and a Lot sat in the gate of Sodom, and a Lot seeing them rose up to meet them, and he bowed himself with his face toward the ground.
Now, the point is that two angels came when the Most High said, I'm going to go down and see what's going on in Sodom and Gomorrah. And then you go to start the next chapter, and it tells you two angels came down. Like I said, he ain't coming off his throne. He ain't coming off his throne. So, let's move on. We made the point there. The point is that he sent angels down when he said he was going to go look at something, which I've been trying to tell you from the beginning of the class. There's angels watching. Give me Psalm number chapter 34, start at verse 6.
Psalms chapter
34, it's 6 and 7.
Okay.
But I want to get a point in verse 6 too, so bring them both.
34. Psalms chapter 34 and 6.
Yeah.
Psalms chapter 34 and verse 6. This poor man cried, and the Lord heard him and saved him out of all his troubles.
The reason why I wanted to bring that verse out, because that poor man that's crying out, represents the Israelites crying out in these last days. So it's really important that you understand who the poor man is. The poor man are the Israelites. Remember, they're oppressed. The word ghetto means specific area of town where the Jews are required to dwell, not Jewish. So, keep reading.
The angel of the Lord Yahweh encampeth round about them that fear him, and delivereth them.
So the angel of the Lord, like I told you in the beginning, when I brought out 2 Kings 6 and 17, and they were what? Surrounded by angels and chariots of fire and horses. You know what I'm saying? So this is confirming that we're being watched. We're surrounded, especially us that fear the Most High. So the angel of the Lord encampeth around about them that fear him. And you can't say you fear the Most High, but then follow every worldly situation and go into the world and be about the world and just and then at the end of the day be like, oh, I'm saved by Jesus. You're worldly. You can't say that you're encamped by the angels, but you keep a worldly life. I'm sorry, it's just not possible. If you're not doing it to the best of your ability, keeping these laws to the best of your ability, according to your knowledge, applying what you learn, you're nothing. You're nothing. You're less than spittle, like the scriptures say. So, how do you fear the Lord? The fear of the Lord is that we should keep his commandments. The fear of the Lord is that we should keep his commandments. Where is it? I'm trying to find it. That's what it is. For this is the love of God, that we should keep his commandments. And to fear him and to love him are the same thing. You guys got to understand that, because if you're afraid of the consequences of when your parent tells you to clean your room, and your parent's known for whooping that ass, so you know what I'm saying? Your parent's known for pulling the belt. Now, if he comes in and tells you to clean your room, you still love your father, but you also fear him. And if you don't do what he says, you know that there's going to be a consequence. It's the same here. That's why it says that he encampeth around about those that fear him. And so I wanted to tell you that, because in the King James Version, 1 John 5 and 3, it says, for this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous. So that love is the same as that fear, because if you love him, you'll want to keep his commandments. But out of fear, you better keep his commandments, because you know there's consequences. And it's that simple. Let's go back into it, though. Where were we at? We were at Psalms 34 and 6 and 7. We got that. So let's go to 1 Peter chapter 3, starting at verse 12.
1 Peter chapter 3 and 12.
Yep.
1 Peter chapter 3 and verse 12. For the eyes of the Lord Yahweh are over the righteous, and his ears are open unto their prayers. But the face of the Lord Yahweh is against them that do evil.
That's beautiful. So now we know that he's watching us, and if we're doing what he says, it says that he also opens his ears to us. Because I don't know if you guys know this, but the Bible clearly states God does not hear sinners. So if you're a sinner and you're not trying to better your life, the Most High ain't trying to listen to you. That's why when you show up at the end and you're like, well, I did this and I did that, and he tells you, depart from me, you workers of iniquity. I never knew you. Why did I know you? Because I don't know your works. I don't know the style you lived. everything was worldly. That's not what I told you, so I don't know who you are. So you're not part of my people. You proved it in your fucking daily life. So anyway, read it again.
For the eyes of the Lord are over the righteous.
The eyes of the Lord are over the righteous. He's watching over and protecting the ones that are doing his works. Keep reading.
And his ears are open unto their prayers.
And that's really important because now we know that he's watching us and he's listening to his children. So anybody else praying and you're just a sinner and you're praying, what are you praying for? You prayed amiss. You probably ask him for money or something. That's mostly what people pray for. They be praying for money. They don't pray for understanding. They don't pray for wisdom. They don't pray for patience. They don't pray that they can just make it through the day being a good person. They don't pray for that kind of stuff. No, they pray for, oh, I need my rent paid. Well, don't we all? Doesn't he know the things you need before you ask? You prayed amiss. He's not listening to you. But the ones that are righteous, he's listening to you. So keep praying. And don't pray amiss. You know what I pray for? Everybody's like, oh, somebody got hurt, pray for him. I'm like, okay. This person, that, this, that, and third. Pray, pray, pray. You know what I do? I pray for Yahweh's plan to be carried out and that I can be a part of it. That's my prayer for everybody. That his plan is carried out correctly through me and through people around me. Other than that, I don't really have a prayer because I don't want to go against his plan. Let's go back into it. Keep reading.
Keep reading.
Yeah, 1 Timothy. Or 1 Peter, I'm sorry, 3, 12, and 13.
Want me to read
Did you finish the first one? Go back to 12. Yeah, read 12 and 13 together.
For the eyes of the Lord are over the righteous, and his ears are open unto their prayers. But the face of the Lord is against them that do evil.
He turns his face against the evil. Keep reading.
And who is he that will harm you if ye be flowers of that which is good?
Who can harm you if you're part of that which is good? If he says that he's going to protect you, how is anything going to defy that protection? How is anything going to be able to beat Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, when he told you, you do what I say and I'm going to protect you? So we come out here in the highways and hedges and preach to the wind because it's a command. It's a direct command. He literally told us all, I do not dwell in buildings built with man's hands. Why are we out here? Because we're not supposed to be in that building with the wicked. The wicked. That's why they have an Easter program, a Christmas, anybody's birthday. They're celebrating Mother's Day, Father's Day, St. Patrick's Day, Halloween, Thanksgiving of our people when they came here on the Mayflower. Remember all that? Yeah, that's inside of the building. So we're out here doing the Yahweh's work. So that's why it says that he's gonna turn the Lord. He's gonna turn his face against the workers of evil. So I'm telling you this as a warning. You've got to understand that these are warnings, and there's warning signs to let you know that you're in the wrong place. So, verse 12. Yeah, read it again.
For the eyes of the Lord are over the righteous. And
read. I'm sorry, 13. 13. Give me 13.
Okay.
Salakia. My bad.
And who is he that will harm you if ye be flowers of that which is good?
Who's able to harm you if the Most High put his protective hand over you? Nobody. Let's move on. Let's go to the book of Psalms, chapter 34.
Psalms chapter 34.
Yep, back to Psalms, back to 34, and get me a 15. Start at 15. Psalms.
And
Start at 15.
wait, chapter
34, start at 15.
Psalms 34 and 15. But sanctify the Lord Yahweh in your hearts, and be ready always to give an answer to every man that asketh.
You're not in Psalms 34.
I'm not?
No.
I'm not? Oh, I forgot to press go.
Salakia. Psalm 34 and 15.
The eyes of Yahweh are open, the righteous, and his ears are open unto their cry.
So once again, it's confirmed. That's called precept upon precept right there. The eyes of Yahweh, he's sending his angels. He encampeth his angels round about the righteous, but he's also got them going to and fro, watching everybody. Even Satan is answering to him. Read it again.
The eyes of the Lord are open, the righteous, and his ears are open unto their cry.
And there's the cries again. When we cry out, being righteous means following his instructions to the best of your ability, according to your knowledge, applying what you learn to your life. Why do I keep saying it? Because maybe one day it'll get drilled into your head that these are the ways back into the kingdom. There's no other way. You can't backslide your way into the kingdom. So you can't go against the truth and then call yourself righteous. You even know in your own heart of hearts, in your own mind, in your subconscious, that you're not righteous. You're wicked. So let's keep going. Let's jump around. Oh, keep reading. Keep reading. Pick up where you left off.
16?
Yeah, 16.
The face of the Lord Yahweh is against them that do evil, to cut off the remembrance of them from the earth.
And that literally goes into the book of Obadiah, and it's talking about the Edomites. And I'm pretty sure that goes all the way into like 1 and 15 maybe. And you keep reading down, the Most High is going to make those specific people extinct at a certain time. That prophecy has not been fulfilled yet. So the face of Yahweh is against them that do evil, to cut off the remembrance. That's really important. Extinct of them from the earth. Okay, keep reading. 17.
The righteous cry, and the Lord heareth, and delivereth them out of all their troubles.
So if you're righteous and you cry out, I mean, any real Israelite that's truthfully faithful in Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai will be able to tell you multiple times where the Most High pulled him out or her out of a situation. I haven't got a bunch, but what's the point? You want to brag about the great miracles? No, I want you guys to have your own miracles to dwell on. Don't hear about mine or somebody else's. Create your own by following the instructions, by being faithful. Create your own. The Lord is upon. Keep reading. Read 17 again.
Okay. The righteous cry, and the Lord heareth, and delivereth them out of all their troubles.
So, how because everybody's a sinner, so really, how do you become righteous? How are we going to be able to cry out and be heard? Next verse.
The Lord is not nigh.
The Lord is nigh, which means near.
The Lord is near unto them that are of a broken heart, and saveth such as be of a contrite spirit.
So now we know right there. When does he start listening to you? It's when you gain a contrite spirit. But the problem is what the hell does a contrite spirit mean? What does it mean to have a contrite spirit? So that's also important. It implies genuine repentance. Genuine repentance. Like, so you really feeling it when you're saying, I'm sorry. I was wrong. I need to change my ways. The crazy motherfucker on the street corner was right. I can't believe it. He was telling us the truth the whole time, and nobody wanted to listen. He never even took a penny from anybody. One lady once, but she came down just to give us an alms. But we made a whole report on that. And that's the only time ever in 5 years. We're not out here for any other reason other than to teach the truth to the children of Israel that are gonna allow this seed to be planted and grow inside of them, for the lack of a better word. So we got 18. Let's jump around some more, because we're gonna kind of switch gears a little bit. But get me Psalms 116. starting at verse 1.
Psalms chapter 1 and 16.
116. 116, and start at verse 1.
And verse 1.
Yes, sorry, I need the word.
Psalms 116 and 1. I love the Lord Yahweh because he hath heard my voice.
Wait, I already showed you what love is. I follow his instructions is what it's saying. Keep reading.
I love the Lord Yahweh because he hath heard my voice and my supplications.
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 Keep reading. All the way down to.
Oh, okay. Because he hath inclined his ear unto me. Therefore will I call upon him as long as I live.
Okay, so that is really important. I just showed you guys that the Most High, he opens his ears to the righteous. Now I can show you in the Bible right now that the Most High does not hear sinners. And let me just get it real quick. Why don't we just get it? Is it in? I think it's in Ecclesiasticus chapter 12 and verse 6. Huh. Sorry, did I say here? I was wrong. I apologize. This is Ecclesiasticus 12 and 6. For the Most High hateth sinners, and will pay vengeance unto the ungodly, and keepeth them against the mighty day of their punishment. So, what is he? So, he not only does he not hear you, because that's in the New Testament. Let me see. I'll get it real quick. For God does not hear sinners. What chapter? Hate that. Get John 9 and 31 real quick.
John 9 and 31.
Uh-huh. Nine?
Yeah, 9 and 31.
Yeah. No, not there.
Yes, it is.
Oh, hold on. For God does not hear sinners. What chapter is this? John 9 and 31. How are you not getting that?
Oh, wait.
Yeah, we got something's not working up there. All right, so like I said, let me go back over to Ecclesiastes, because I told you he hated sinners. But not only does he hate sinners, he doesn't hear sinners. So let me prove it. Get it.
John 9 and verse 31. Now we know that Yahweh heareth not sinners, but if any man be a worshiper of Yahweh and doeth his will, him he heareth.
So he does not listen to sinners. He's not hearing all that. He's not listening to that. That's why I tell you, your prayers are amiss, because you're a sinner. The Most High ain't dealing with you. That's why you can't get out of the rut. You have to have faith. You have to follow instructions, and then all of a sudden, not overnight, but over a period of time, you'll start to notice things changing. Nothing changes overnight, and if it does, it's probably not real. So, let's keep going. Go back over into Psalms 116 and pick up where you left off. But I just wanted to show you, he ain't listening to sinners, and on top of that, to really drive the nail in the coffin, he hates sinners.
Psalms 116 and...
You're out. When did you read one?
I read 1 and 2.
Alright, so...
Psalms 116 and verse 3. The sorrows of death compassed me, and the pains of hell gate hold upon me. I found trouble and sorrow.
Keep reading.
Then called I upon the name of Yahweh, O Lord. I beseech thee, deliver my soul.
I'm a righteous man, Father. Help me. Keep reading.
Gracious.
Yep.
Gracious is the Lord, and righteous. Ye Yahweh is merciful.
Yea.
Yea.
Yahweh is merciful. Keep reading.
And the Lord preserveth the simple. I was brought low, and he helped me.
So the righteous man will be brought down low, and Yahweh is going to come in, and he said, because you follow my instructions, you love me. How do I know? Because you keep my commandments and you fear me. And so you follow my instructions. So I know that you're doing the right thing. So when you go down low and you cry out, go look at your car. And when you go down low and you cry out, he's going to save you. He's not going to do any, he's going to pull you out of, and it tells you that he'll never give you more than you can handle, and he'll always give you a way out. Pause it.
Pause it. Okay, it's pause.
All right. Sorry about that. We had to take a minor break there just to make sure everything's okay. Keep reading. Pick up where you left off. Read verse 6 again. He preserveth.
The Lord preserveth the simple. I was brought low, and he helped me.
He preserveth the simple, the lowly. That's the Israelites that have been pushed down to the bottom of society. When we follow his instructions, he comes back to, oh, dang, that's one of my people. That's what he says. Oh, dang. Let me listen to my guy who's crying out, who's been following my instructions, because I'm going to help him. I'm not helping anybody else. That's why there's 2/3 that will be burned up and die, and 1/3 shall be preserved and saved. You guys got to understand that. And I'm not talking about any of the other nations, because they're all cooked. And I've told you that. So,
You want me to read 7?
read 7.
Return unto thy rest, O my soul, for the Lord hath dealt bountifully with thee.
That is beautiful. So now I can return to rest because the Most High saw that I was having a problem. I correctly called out to him. I didn't pray amiss. And he took care of me to the point where I'm at rest now. I feel good. Oh, man. Anything could have happened, but the Most High decided that it would be better to just save me. So, all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And that's what it's talking about. Return unto thy rest, O my soul, for Yahweh hath dealt bountifully with me. He has taken care of my every need. One more.
For thou hast delivered my soul from death, my eyes from tears, and my feet from falling.
So he has completely encamped around this person angels to protect him because he's faithful. Do you understand that? You're encamped by the angels when you're a righteous man or woman. So, and that's where that protection comes from. And that's how the Most High's eyes are upon us at all times. 10,000 times brighter than the sun. We already got that. Sirach 23:19. We're going to switch gears a little now. Get me, because now that he can see us and he can hear us and we're crying out, what are we crying out for? Why are we crying out? Because I said that we're crying out in these end times when we were talking about the poor man earlier. That represents Israel crying out in the end times. So go ahead and get Jeremiah 30:7.
Jeremiah 30:7.
Yeah, so what are we crying out about? What are the righteous crying out about? Why are we crying out? How do we know it's the end times? because we know that when he begins to look at us again, there's going to be the earth is going to start to do certain things. Like here comes the wind right now. Maybe it's just going to fold me up right here. I mean, if you're going to just fold them all up for me, go ahead. Then I'll put them away.
Jeremiah 30:7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it.
That is beautiful. So, going back to Psalms, he said, it's the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it, right? So, let me read it again. 116 and verse 8. For thou hast delivered my soul from death, mine eyes from tears, and my feet from falling. There it is. Verse 4. I have called upon Yahweh, the name of the Lord, and Yahweh, I beseech thee, deliver my soul. So he called upon Yahweh, and Yahweh delivered his soul. Read it again.
Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it.
So it's the time of Jacob's trouble right now. And the righteous Israelites that call upon the Most High in these end times are going to be saved out of it. That's why in Matthew 24:13 says, he that endure until the end, the same shall be saved. Going back into nobody's saved yet, and now he's looking at us again. So we're really getting down to the wire right now. We're really seeing a lot of things happen. If you study the Bible and you understand prophecy, you're seeing a lot of things happen right now. Let's get and it said that we're going to be saved out of it. Let's go to, but our enemy, the Most High, is also watching him. Give me Obadiah 1 and 15. Yep. Because his eyes are on the enemy too, so let's not leave that guy out.
Obadiah 1 and 15. For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done it, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head.
We're getting cooked. It's that simple. Go to verse 1 so we know that it's talking about the Edomites.
The vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord Yahweh concerning Edom.
Concerning the Edomites, the people that are still here. They still exist among us, just like the Israelites exist, just like the Pizzites and the Gershites and the Ammonites and what are the Chinese people called? Moabites. They're all here still. They just changed the names of the nations. That's why when you are in the Bible, it's Babylon, and then it's Cush, and then what do they call it in the latter days? Ethiopia. Ethiopians. So your Babylonian culture that you live by right now is actually African pretty much. Ethiopian, right? From Canaan.
Want me to read the whole thing?
Yeah. Read it again. But I just wanted you guys to know this is so when you go into Obadiah, there might be all the heathen, but the main heathen's getting taken out. So read it again.
The vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen.
Whoa! We're just talking about these angels. We were just talking about this angel, this ambassador has been sent among the heathen.
Arise, ye, and let us rise up against her in battle.
Woo! And right now, the spiritual warfare has begun. And if you know what the Bible says, the weapons of our war are spiritual, not carnal. So in other words, we're not going to pull out a sword and cut your head off. I mean, unless you attack me with a sword, then it'll be a fucking sword fight. But really, you're going to be bringing a sword to a gunfight, honestly. But anyways, I'm just saying, we're not here to start trouble with people. We're here to teach the Bible. And when it comes to teaching the Bible, the weapons of our warfare are spiritual. When it comes to living our regular day-to-day life, the weapons of our warfare are spiritual. That's what faith is about. It's about knowing that the Most High is going to protect you no matter what. But that means that you have to be following his instructions. So you're not going to work at Burger King and go get a check from McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? So you're not going to be working for the world and expect the Most High to give you a righteous repayment. If you can understand that. You're not going to work someplace and then go to another place and expect to be paid. You're going to get repaid from the works that you're doing. You're not going to get repaid from other works outside of your own. Sorry, it doesn't work that way. Let's go into, because now we're just going to get a little bit more into now that we know the Most High's watching. Let's see what he's going to do. Get me Exodus 2 and 25.
Exodus 2 and 25.
Yeah, we're almost done.
2 and 25.
Yep.
Exodus 2 and 25. And Yahweh looked upon the children of Israel, and Yahweh had respect unto them.
Why? You know why? Because, see, in the beginning I told you he chastened us for a little while in 2 Maccabees, and then he's going to bless us again at the end of our chastening. So it's like when your parent tells you, you didn't clean your room, no video games for a week. But when the week is up and you've served your punishment, the Most High gives you, or your parent gives you back your video game. So when our punishment is up, he's going to give us back into righteousness. That's why it says the corruptible has to put on incorruption, the mortal has to put on immortality. So when we go back, things are going to change drastically. So that's how we know we haven't been saved yet. Go to Exodus 3 and start at verse 7.
Exodus chapter 3 and verse 7. And the Lord said, I have surely seen the affliction of my people, which are in Egypt, and have heard their cry by reason of their taskmasters, for I know their sorrows.
That is beautiful. The Lord said, I have seen the affliction of my people. So he sent angels down, and the angels went back up, just like in the book of Job 1 and 6, and they gave a report. And the angel said, they're oppressing the Israelites down there. That's what they're doing. And guess what? We live in spiritual Sodom and Egypt right now. Why do you think there's a pyramid on your dollar bill? This is spiritual Egypt. And what does the word Egypt mean? It means bondage. What does the word bondage mean? Slavery. We live in the land of spiritual slavery. Okay? If you guys don't understand. And it's saying that I've seen the people of the affliction of my people, which are in spiritual and physical slavery. That's what Egypt is. It's a Roman Greek word. It means slavery. The place that you guys call Egypt, it's called Mezarim. You go outside of America, it's no longer Egypt. It's only Egypt for Americans. It's Mezarim. It's one of the sons of Canaan. And he built a city and named it after himself. And then when the Romans went into Mezarim, they called it Egypt. They called it bondage. They called it slavery. They enslaved everybody. Neat fucking story, right? So, give me verse 8.
Verse 8, and I come down to deliver them out of the hand of Egyptians, and to bring them up out of that land unto a good land, and a large unto a land flowing with milk and honey, unto the place of the Canaanites,
And the Hittites.
And the Amorites, and the Pizzites, and the Hivites, and the how do you say it?
Jebusites.
And the Jebusites.
Thank you. So keep reading. One more.
Now there.
Wait, stop. I just want to say one thing real quick. He came down, not to you, I'm sorry, to the camera. It says that he came down to deliver them. So what's he going to do? What's he going to do? What did I tell you in 2 Kings chapter 6 and verse 17? He said, open the eyes of the young man. And when he opened his eyes, what happened when he opened his eyes? He could see the angels of the Lord. The Shabbat, Yahweh's army. That's who he's sending down. I told you he ain't coming off the throne. He's sending down the horses, the chariots of fire. You've got to understand, the whole army's coming to save us. That's how that's going down. One more. Read verse 9.
Verse 9. Now, therefore, behold, the cry of the children of Israel is come unto me.
That's important. Because remember, I don't hear sinners. I don't hear sinners. So the cry of the children of Israel that's going on are righteous children. Keep reading.
And I have also seen the oppression wherewith the Egyptians oppress them.
That's beautiful. He is looking at us again. This is a perpetual thing. This is happening right now. And the Most High is saying, I've seen your oppression. The oppression that spiritual Egypt is putting on us. Don't you understand that these prophecies are real and they're being played out again? That's why it's called a second Exodus. Because we're going to, for a second time, we're going to be pulled out of this land. And this land right now is called spiritual Sodom and Egypt. Secret Babylon. Get me Exodus chapter 5. What's that? Chapter 6 and verse 5.
Exodus chapter 6 and verse 5. And I have also heard the groaning?
Yep.
Groaning of the children of Israel, whom the Egyptians keep in bondage. And I have remembered my covenant.
That's beautiful. I have also heard the groaning, which represents us crying out to the Most High. That represents us crying out to the Most High. I've heard the groaning. And that was verse 5, right? Yeah. And the children of Israel whom the Egyptians keep in bondage. So what are they doing right now? We're the children of Israel, and they send ice out. And I don't care what you look like. If they decide to take their ass, you disappear. That's all there is to it. And everybody knows it. And it's like, one person can't just stand up and fight, but nobody's willing to come and actually stand up and fight against it. You'll see it in the news all the time. You see a bunch of people yelling and filming, but no one's actually stopping them. So, yes, we are under great oppression. And it tells you that the Most High says that he's heard the groaning of the children of Israel, whom the Egyptians keep in bondage. Every week dealing with the same problem. This is why I want to go across the street. I didn't see where those guys went into that building. Every time. This is what we deal with, though. This is what we deal with. But you know what? Be in season and out of season. That's what I say. Now, of course, there are times when the Most High just does what he's going to do with you. That's all there is to it. We got a couple more. Leviticus 26 and 42.
Leviticus 26 and
42. Now we're just like putting nails in the coffin for the most part. I like that part too.
Leviticus 26 and 42. Leviticus 26 and 42. Then will I remember my covenant with Jacob.
Wait. Start at verse 40.
Verse 40. If they shall confess the iniquity of their fathers with their trespass, which they trespassed against me, and that also they have walked contrary unto me, and that I also have walked contrary unto them, and have brought them into the land of their enemies, and then their uncircumcised heart be humbled, and they then accept of the punishment of their iniquity.
You know how important that is right there, what he just said? You know how important that is? It said, and I also have walked contrary to them and have brought them into the land of their enemies. And then their uncircumcised hearts will be humbled. So why are we here? Why are we here? We're here to be humbled. We're not here to get rich. We're not here to get famous. Which, I mean, if that happens, it's not like it's against the law. But we're here to be humbled in our spirit so we can come back to the Most High. Because when things get rough, the first thing a person says is, oh God, oh Jesus, oh Lord. So he knows what he's doing. And so, what verse was that? 41. So, they also have walked contrary to me, and I have brought them into the land of their enemies. If their uncircumcised heart be humbled, and they accept, and they then accept of the punishment of their iniquities. So I wanted to get that because I'm going to get this really quick. Because it said that you have to accept your punishment and be humbled. So watch this. Baruch 3 and 5. Remember not the iniquities of our fathers, but think upon thy power and thy name now at this time. Okay? For thou art the Lord Yahweh, and thee, O Yahweh, will we praise. Verse 7. For this cause thou hast put the fear in our hearts. That's the law, statutes, and commandments. To the intent that we should call upon thy name and praise thee in our captivity. So what were you reading right there? And read 41 again.
And that I also have walked contrary unto them, and
Go ahead.
And have brought them into the land of their enemies. If then their uncircumcised hearts be humbled, and they then accept of the punishment of their iniquity. If
they accept of the punishment of their iniquity. So I will call upon thy name and praise thee in our captivity. That's accepting. That's accepting the punishment. We have called into mind all the iniquity of our forefathers that have sinned before thee. Behold, yet this day in our captivity, where you have scattered us for reproach and a curse, to be subject to payments, according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from Yahweh. Okay, so, but the point is we're going to praise thee and call upon thy name in our captivity, which means we're accepting our judgment. We accept our judgment. Now get 42.
42. Then I remember my covenant with Jacob, and also my covenant with Isaac, and also my covenant with Abraham. Will I remember, and I will remember the land.
That is called order of operation. If you do what you're supposed to, I'll remember you. That's what he's saying. So, oh man, let's move it over some more. We're getting in way up into the sun now. Way into the sun. Let's see. How about go back over there. Get in the shade. There you go. All right. Sorry about that. You don't understand. In Arizona, it's already hit 104 yesterday. We're still in the first days of spring. Kind of scared about that. Give me Deuteronomy 26 and 7.
Okay. Deuteronomy chapter 26 and verse 7. And when we cried unto the Lord Yahweh of our fathers, the Lord heard our voice and looked on our affliction and our labor and our oppression.
Remember, he only hears those that love him. So you'll see people that are going to get saved, and you're going to see people that are not going to get saved. That's why I keep mentioning to you, 2/3 of you must therein die. You got to die a painful death, and 1/3 shall be preserved. In other words, saved. Couple more verses. Give me Nehemiah. Yeah, it's in the Old Testament, chapter 9.
chapter 9
Mm-hmm.
and verse
Start at verse 9.
9. Nehemiah 9 and verse 9. And didst see the affliction of our fathers in Egypt, and the heardest their cry be the Red Sea.
Start at verse 7, I'm sorry.
Sorry, verse 7. Nehemiah chapter 9 and verse 7. Thou art the Lord Yahweh, who didst choose Abraham and broughtest him forth out of Ur of
The
Chaldees, and
Gavest
him the name of Abraham, and foundest his heart faithful before thee, and madest a covenant with him to give the land of the
Canaanites, Hittites,
and the Hittites, the
Amorites,
and the
Perizzites,
and the
Jebusites,
and the
Gigashites,
to give it, I say, to his seed, and has performed thy words, for thou art righteous.
Okay, now read verse 9.
Verse 9, and didst see the affliction of the fathers in Egypt.
Our fathers. He didn't see the affliction of our fathers. Keep reading.
In Egypt, and heardest their cry by the Red Sea.
Now it makes sense. The Most High saw their affliction. The Most High heard their cries. Read one more.
Verse 10, and showedest the signs and wonders upon Pharaoh, and on all his servants, and on all the people of his land, for thou knewest that they dwelt proudly against them. So didst thou get thee a name as it is this day.
So he's saying that he's showing, this is happening again right now. The Most High is starting to show the signs and the wonders because he's getting ready to change the order. See, you guys have got, everything is corrupt right now, and we're in captivity. So who's the Pharaoh? The modern day Pharaoh is your president. That's why they call this place spiritual Sodom and Egypt. And who are his servants? All the people that are joined with him, just like Korah. All the men in Exodus didn't die, only the men that were joined unto Korah. Even his son was preserved because he was too young to know right from wrong. So the people that are joined unto the Pharaoh, the modern day Pharaoh, which is the government, and agrees with them, those are all his servants. And on all the people of the land, for thou knowest that they dwelt proudly against them. So now you can really just see who the Israelites, because the Israelites are at the bottom, and all the other people and the other nations dwell proudly. They think they're better, they're higher, they're smarter, they're cleaner, all these things, even though we taught them all those things, and especially cleaning your fucking self. But we showed you guys all these things, but for somehow, in your tiny little speck of brain, you actually think that you're higher than us. But that's only because, according to Deuteronomy 28:15, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to do all these commandments which I command thee this day, that these curses shall come upon thee. We're still under the curses. And in, I think it was 2 Maccabees, right, where he chastened us for a while, but now he's going to begin to look at us again and show mercy. We're going to be shown mercy. One more verse, Revelation 22 and 12.
Revelation 22 and 12.
Yes.
Revelation 22 and 12. And behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me, to give every man according as his work shall be.
Now, how's he going to know what your works are if he can't see you? So he's got these angels down here watching us right now. And really, that's all I had for today. Just remember this: you're going to be rewarded according to your works. How does he know what you're doing? Because he sends the angels. They're going to and fro across the whole earth. Job 1 and 6 even shows you that Satan is also an angel that works for God, not fighting against God or playing a game of chess against God. You got to be joking. You're like delusional. That is a delusional thought, because when you read the Bible, you know that Satan has no power. Because if you read Job chapter 1, starting at verse 6, Satan is like, I have no power. I have no power against you. I can't do anything. I don't even want to go near Job. You got him protected. How is that possible that he could fight against them but say those things? So, anyway, the Most High is coming, and he's coming soon. And you're going to be rewarded on your works. The angels are watching me. They're watching my sons. They're watching everybody out here right now. And they're taking notes. And they're going to and fro back from earth to heaven. And they're giving a report to the Most High. So with that being said, make sure that the works that you do in the dark are righteous works, because they're going to be brought to the light. And if you got eyes to see and ears to hear, I hope you got something out of this message. Facing the east, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Ruach
and double honor to the elder apostles, the prophets, and the teachers over at GMS. And the sincere Akyawa Akwa, I want to say salutations to you all. Shalom.